in the Middle Ages they had guilds, and you inherited the profession of your father. That's an option. You say, yeah, that's not freedom, but yeah, but it's a guaranteed profession. My brother Kevin works as a millwright, and he only gets about, I don't know, 5 weeks of work out of every 6 months or something. But at least he has a job, and it's a guaranteed profession. And some of the things that are improved, first of all, schooling might become optional. If there's good things about doing what your father's profession, he can bring up his boy with pride in his boy, and his boy's going to follow in his footsteps, and it's a beautiful thing, you know. And another thing is there doesn't need to be the same protectionist. I look at the computer science industry, and they tried to make it more professional, like a lawyer or doctor. It used to be a less so, and they intentionally messed it up, like with the C++ language. They intentionally made it more lofty and more awful, just for job security. And that's what happens when you don't, you know. So the notion of inheriting your father's profession sounds awful. But if you look at the job security standpoint, you have a guild, you get your time in the queue, and you spend the rest of your time devoted to God and stuff like that. You know, God, you better stay busy. You know, the parable of the talents in the Bible, God told me what that was, is a slave that's idle is supposed to develop new talents. And each of us is called to glorify our Creator. Go sing, go dance, go do other stuff and to glorify your Creator. Just remember, I'm a third generation engineer on my father's side, and my grandfather made the point of getting a professional certificate. I haven't done that. It might be interesting just to do that, just for the sake of it. But anyway, well, here I am. I look at God the Father as an engineer that did creation, and some of the things that bother engineers is when people use it wrong. Like he said, he's angry. He said pets are homo and he's disgusted with how tame and dependent they've become. Just imagine the word tame. You know, you can be disgusted with, let's just say, the males today. They're tame. They got their balls chopped off. You know, you can be disgusted. Imagine you're the Creator. You made it, you know, a robust, awesome being, and now it's been like, you know, it's got its balls chopped off, and it's like bred to be kind of not at all the glory that it was originally. You look at the humans in the 1800 settlers. You know, I think we're not in that league. You know, I was just talking about brutality. In the 1800s, every housewife, every farm wife, chopped the head off a chicken, and the farmer, he killed a big animal all the time. You know, that was normal. It was brutal, and it's pretty much. I've decided the species needs that brutality because you get overpopulation, and you know, like today we're maybe a little bit too squeamish about, you know, oh, there's people dying. Well, you know, that's life. You know, we're a little too, and you might think this is like, that doesn't sound at all biblical. But just consider this: the very service of the church of the Jews was animal sacrifices. That's what they did. It's kind of, I make jokes, right? Like one of these days they're going to tell us, hey, you know, really, God is really a vegetarian, and it's wrong to eat meat. And then I'm sitting there scratching my head, and I go, well, that's kind of a reach, isn't it? Because like, weren't they doing animal sacrifices as their service? And then like the Pope says, God is really against war. And then I scratch my head and I go, well, that's kind of a reach, isn't it? Because like the God in the Bible, that's not quite how it looks to me, you know. So anyway, let me go ahead and pick a random passage. So, for by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth at the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of a foolish person is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If thou faint in the day of thy adversity, thy strength is small. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. If thou sayest, Behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? My son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul, when thou hast found it. Then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. So, anyway.